I'm just sitting here quietly waiting, quietly seeing if somebody's going to show up. And even if they don't show up, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to still be here live. Hey, y'all. Hey, happy hump day. It's Wednesday. And we finna be chatting live about the finale of Ready to Love. Decisions, decisions. In addition, though, to those decisions, um, we gonna be talking about last week too, because I wasn't here last week because I'm a little early. I think maybe I should start there. I'm a little early because Kingston is in film production class and it's from 4 to 6. And so because of that, I needed to come early at least so I can get an hour and a half in. I'm about to sneeze. Normally when you say you're about to sneeze, you don't sneeze, but it looks like it's coming. So excuse me. Excuse me. So it is going to be a free for all, men and women. Excuse me. Everybody, non binary, non gender specific. If you want to join me on the live, I am about to drop the link in the chat in just a moment. Just a couple housekeeping things before I do that. One of which is I may take a little bit of a break once we're finished with Ready to Love. Just kind of to reset, find my groove, you know, you know, and see if I can come back refreshed and on time for everything else that, hopefully comes up. I'm going to add, I think, no guarantee. I think I'm going to add a few things, but I also owe Snowfall to all my Snowfall people. So I'm going to run through that, binge watch it, and come on here. And that may be the one thing that I upload during my hiatus. However, I'm also thinking about last minute put a ring on it. I know we're on episode 5 with them, but feeling like I should do 1 through 4 as a live and then maybe 1 through 5 since we just had 5. So do 1 through 5 as a live and then do the other ones individually. I don't know. After I watch it, we'll see how I feel. I think I'm gonna watch it tonight after I pick up my son and after we're done. I think it depends on how what my spirit is feeling like. Lastly, it's almost the 30th. So if you wanted to get my journal before, pre-order it before you start having to pay for shipping. And I realized tax too. I don't know if I'm gonna charge y'all tax. I don't know. We're gonna see. But definitely shipping. You need to pre-order it by April 30th. Next week, I should be able to show you guys on the live what the actual journal looks like. I'm excited about it. So you have until April 30th, which is only a couple days, to get the pre-order, where you receive free shipping and a free gift from me. So I'm going to drop the link in the description or the comments in case anybody is feeling froggy and they want to leap on screen with me and have a discussion, because it's for everybody, not just the fellas, not just for the ladies. And that's how it'll be for the 2 reunions that are coming up too. Everybody. And those that watch me for Married at First Sight, I'm sorry, I gave up on it, except for over on Jack and Glenn's channel. And on Jack and Glenn's channel, it is a panel with Chloe Johnson, Jack and Glenn, and August Love Story. And we talk about Married at First Sight. So if that's what you like me for, I'm going to start uploading. I should just upload those lives because they do send them to me. Glenn of Jack and Glenn sends them to me so that I can upload them, and I never do. But maybe I will. I have several of them, and maybe I will, at least the last one, so that we can, you can have my opinion, because I'm not gonna do it here. I'm not gonna do a whole ass review and then go do a live, because I'm really over at Married at First Sight the same way we over Ready to Love Potomac Junior or Potomac Deuce or whatever, because the second season of Potomac. Okay, Ready to Love, second season of Ready to Love in Potomac. I was trying to say that right. Anyway, so like I said, if you want to join me, I have put the link in the description box, not the description box, in the comments for you to click the link and join me. But let's just talk about it. I don't know. I don't see none of my people that like to speak and say hello. It's just my onlookers. And that's cool. I like y'all too. But I do want somebody to tell me if I seem clear or fuzzy, or maybe I need to look at it myself. I want to make sure that I'm clear and that I don't need to like readjust my internet because it's buffering. You know what I'm saying? So let me look. Since y'all don't want to tell me, it's okay. It's okay. And I need to shut my phone off because all my notifications, ain't nobody texting me. All my notifications is popping up like ding, ding. Don't nobody ever want to talk to me until I be send messages or whatnot until I'm on live. Then it's ding, ding, or somewhere else. Let me turn it down. See. Let me turn it down so that I can see myself, and then we're gonna get started. Oh, I look clear. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you, Boosie. If I would have looked up, I would have seen that. So that's perfect. I love it. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. I do want to talk about just a couple things from last episode. You know, I get the episodes wrong. I put all 3 of them up this morning, child. And I be getting this stuff wrong. So I want to talk about Sabrina. Now, y'all know that Sabrina, towards the end, really, I don't think I was ever a real fan of hers. Or not, let me not say of her because I don't know her personally. And probably maybe in person, and the people that know her know that, she's a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this isn't a full, well-rounded view of who she is as a person. So with that being said, I want to just say the persona and the parts of her that we have seen, because it's definitely part of her character, I'm not a fan of. So that whole conversation at the bar. Oh, my notebook is under here. I don't have. Oh yes, Jessica, roll your eyes, baby, because we the same. I didn't put it up here because I was trying to make it higher, but it's fine. Because when it's up, you look smaller. Who does that? Me. I do it with my photos. You got to know your angles. You got to know what feels good to you, what looks good on you. So yeah, I don't know. Was it episode 11? What number is this one? Is this one 12? That's how you know it. It ain't even this book. I think it's a different book. Anyway, so with them sitting in there and Sabrina, first off, talking about, came back to the whole submissive conversation, and we find out that they had a whole ass conversation about it, probably ran it through the gamut, probably talked about it a lot, for her only to come back and say, well, I feel like you want someone who is going to form to your ideas. Hey, the Aries in me, who's going to form to the ideas of you, because you are a leader, and that's not what she knows or wants to do. Now, I can understand her saying that she probably needs to stay single and independent and autonomous, because what I do know is that when you are in a relationship, you guys kind of feed off one another. It's not about being submissive. It's about being collaborative, cooperative, togetherness. We'll talk about togetherness in a second. So I just feel like she should probably just date. She should never consider like even being in like, she could be in a committed relationship, but just one that does not require her to be married. So of course we've got Wendell. He's gonna grace us with his presence, because nobody else wants to. We're gonna give y'all some time, because I did just put it in the chat 5 or 10 minutes ago. Welcome, Wendell. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Thank you. Glad to be here with you as always.
Glad to have you, because I don't know, everybody else be scared. And I don't think it's me. I think it's you. Now that you done started coming, I don't think they want to come on. Y'all don't do me like that.
Do I need to drop off so everybody else can come on? Y'all don't do Talisa like that.
Yeah, then I'm gonna be by myself for sure. I'm gonna be by myself. And I'm glad that you came in when you did, because we're talking about, I want to start off not with this finale and this decision. And let me just say that I don't know how long you've been on here, but I will only be on until about 6 o'clock, because I had to come early. That's for anybody else that's just joining us. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, not about all the last episode, just about like key situations, things that kind of stuck out for me. And one of those things was the Sabrina and Demetrius conversation first in the bar. But I think I got beside myself because I forgot that Sabrina had a whole ass conversation with Donovan. But we're going to finish with Sabrina and Demetrius before we go back to Sabrina and Donovan. Or we might follow all the way through with them and then go to Donovan. We'll see. We'll see how it flows. And I was just talking about them revisiting the submissive conversation, him saying that he was surprised that she was still talking about it because why? They had hashed it out. And I also said that I understood her saying that she thought that he was a leader and would want someone to conform to his ideas, not necessarily to submit with him. And so, with that being said, I also feel like she is not able to collaborate, to compromise, that they can't cooperate. So, maybe she shouldn't try and be in a relationship that requires that kind of work in togetherness, like living together. But maybe she should be by herself as an independent woman, without getting married again, without experiencing that, because of the simple fact that sounds like you don't know how to be cooperative. You don't know how to collaborate. You don't really know what a partnership is when you're in the same place, but you'll probably do fine by yourself. But that's just my opinion. What you think, Wendell?
Yeah, I can see that. From some of the points that she made when she was actually talking to Demetrius, she actually said that in my previous relationship, my previous marriage, I did not take, you know, his last name. I know that's a big thing for you. Um, these are things that, while the substance, there's substance and then there's symbolism, and I think that um, she's willing to sacrifice substance on the altar of the symbolism. So yeah, I mean, cooperation. Is when you're dealing with someone, it's not always going to be your way.
Right.
And if any point that the other person raises is, causes friction or a point of contention, then you may not be suitable for a relationship, no matter how much you may think that you are ready for one. And I think there's a differential to be made there.
Yeah.
We can want what we want all the time, but are we actually ready for it, and are we suitable to be partnered?
Or are we ready? Are we healed enough to receive it? Are we evolved or evolving enough? And is our mind state in a place that we can receive it? Or do we still have trauma from previous stuff and haven't moved and worked through our years of experience? And that's kind of how I feel like she hasn't really figured out how to work cooperatively in a relationship, specifically a marriage. But one thing you mentioned was about her taking his last name. And
Mm-hmm.
so, what got me though on that was not her not taking his last name because it's, she's non traditional, but the fact that he was like, that's the norm. Like, that's what people do. People take your last name. Everybody does it. Kind of that was his kind of like premise. Even though we know everybody doesn't do it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people that did not do it. I actually was going to do it, put my name on the marriage license, but it never actually went in and made any changes. It's actually a lot of work on top of it. Maybe I would have, if he was still living today, I probably would have, because he would have drug it to the ground. But I, I didn't, and I thought that it's like unrealistic to be like, we can't. How are we together if you don't have my last name? Like, I thought that was a little immature, a little ignorant is the right word on his part, to think that you can't be together or show unity if I don't carry your last name. I know you were married, so was that
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that was important to you, that your ex-wife took your name?
It was, and again, it was the symbolism behind it. But again, I was coming from a very traditional and religious frame of reference,
Mm.
and I think that Demetrius also, because of things that he stated is coming from a very traditional, frame of reference, and so that is what works for him. That's what he wants, and if it's that much of an issue, and there's no congruency there, then on something as small as that, then that just that does not bode well for other more substantive issues that may arise where they would really have to work through things.
You say small. That's a big deal to some people. Being able to keep
Right.
that's part of their identity. And I think one of them would have had to bend, or like Jessica says, a hyphenated name would have occurred. But I also don't believe they would have gotten far enough to where they would have had that issue.
Mhm.
They would have went out
And
on a couple dates and then it would have been over. At least in my
yeah,
eyes. At least that's how I see it.
and a hyphenated name is, I mean, that is a compromise. That's where both people get what they want to a certain extent. If that if that even would have been, if the conversation would have even gone to that point. I think he was so stuck on, I want you to take my name, and she was so stuck on, I ain't taking your name. Then you know how are they going to come together?
Yeah,
And
I can see that, but this is, I mean, and then also we have to keep in mind this is only a 5-week relationship. So how much do we really know about one another for us to even be talking about taking each other's names? Like, maybe we make a new name. Like, I don't know. Like, because I feel like people's names are their identity. You laugh, but there was a mayor, not a mayor, and he took his wife's name. Like they had a hyphenated combination name. I can't remember his name. It's horrible, but
but
they
they
had it worked
that
for
was
them.
their agreement.
That was their agreement. And
That was
since
their compromise.
yeah, and since you're gonna be changing your name anyway, having to go through all this process anyway, now's an ample time without having to pay that whole lot of money to change your name. Um, Agreed, fam. You, hey girl, hey, ain't seen you in a while in the chat. In the live chat, let me say that. Um, so I can move it along so we can get to where we need to get to. I want to talk about her saying no, that she didn't want to be, her saying no, that I don't want to meet your parents, but on your family. But on top of that, him in the gentleman's lounge defending the I don't want to meet your parents. Um, so like I commend her for saying it's, I don't want to, we're not in a good space. I'm okay with that, right? But I'm not okay with the fact that he says, that he feels like it's okay. It wasn't okay because you asked her. You actually looked disappointed to me when she said no. And then to defend her when everybody who has been around her, if you looked at the fellas around, they all had the same look on the face, like, wait a minute, I thought you guys were progressing to a place where you would. And because this is an expedited process, we would think that you would have met her, she would have met your family. You and I know that she was like, or at least we are on the same page, that she's all, I'm not really, I don't really fuck with you like that. I don't, none of y'all. Like, I'm looking for red flags to get rid of y'all. So we on the same page with that. But I just want to hear how you feel about it. Like, I'm also reading the comments, so I'm very much
Hmm.
so. Before I do that, I want to welcome you, whoever just joined us, and if you want to join us, all, not just men, not just women, not just non-binary, everyone is welcome to be on the live. Wendell, of course, is joining me. I know he's the gym dropper, but so are you. So come on and give your opinion with us. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Just join us. Just join on in. We'll make you feel comfortable. Because now it's like Wendell and I have like a groove because we done this 3 or 4 times. So it seems like it's supposed to be just us, but y'all supposed to be on here too, okay? More fellas, more ladies, like come through. Okay. Because I know some of y'all be wanting to. When it was the
Push the
ladies,
button. Push the damn button.
okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's your turn, Wendell. Go. Tell me how you feel
Yeah.
about that whole situation.
Okay. I mean, he wanted her to meet his parents, to meet his family. She didn't want to do it. she knows that it's a part of the assignment. So we can't say that, she didn't understand the assignment.
Right.
She just didn't want to cooperate with the assignment for whatever reason. I don't know any of the other conversations that they had in between scenes and things like that. But I think that with how things had progressed with the, just with the cabin trip, their conversations going up to that, they probably were not in a great place, which is why they kind of had to have that conversation at the, at the wine bar. She could have been feeling, like it was, rushed, or it could have been that she just didn't want him like that anymore. That I don't know. But for him in the cigar lounge and the gentleman's lounge to not express that it was disappointing, because he was disappointed, and that came across as, kind of very passive to me, very, I'm still going to rock with you even though you are showing me that there are areas that we are really not rocking with each other on. That was it. It kind of gave me the, I want to make it to the end with you because I don't have any other options type
From
of feel to
Demetrius,
it.
that's the
From,
feeling that you got.
yeah, from Demetrius. Because if you are really talking about building a foundation and a relationship with her, then it can and it should go beyond the process. And like I said with, with Paul in past conversations, I would respect it more if you pulled out, if you were the one that actually, cut bait at that point in time to say, you know what, this is not really about making it to the end of the show. If I really want to be with this woman long term, or I see value in her, then it's going to need to extend beyond, beyond the show, and then continue to grow your connection outside of it. But the go along to get along type of vibe that I got from him, that doesn't sit well with me. That's it kind of gives very, very thirsty type of feel. Like, if I
I don't know if
if
it
I
gets
can
thirsty.
if I can't have you the way that I want you, I'm willing to take whatever it is that you give to me, just so that I can still say I'm attached to you. That's how it that's what it
Okay, but
gave
I
me.
wouldn't say that that's thirsty. I think that's more desperate than thirsty. Uh,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
okay,
I would think that that's more desperate, but that's just me.
yeah,
Because I want to,
desperation.
yeah, I just want to kind of finish this episode up before we hit 5 o'clock, so we have all of the 5 o'clock hour to talk about episode 12. So let's talk about when they sat down and she was like, "You're not my person." That was the crux of the whole thing. Like, I feel like she could have said that a long time ago, because he wasn't her person a long time ago. When Tori left, she should have left, because she was really not attached to anybody else. She was just really, like, she was really just I don't know. She was just really negative and really constantly, I felt like, judging them all the time. So she could have left a long time ago when she knew that, because that was the cabin trip. So she knew she didn't want Tori. She knew Demetrius wasn't in the space or providing the effort that she wanted. And then Donovan was in a burgeoning, blossoming, connection with Carmen. So, so, I mean, so I mean, like, she could have just left in. For her, the choice, there was no choice. There was no choice. Yeah. I don't know. So, like, for me,
She
yeah,
that
she should have
she
been
need to
gone.
be right.
Yeah, Jessica said something like that up a little. She wants to have the upper hand in the relationship, and I think you
Mm.
said that a couple weeks ago when we were last on here together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she needs to be right. It's not a matter of can she compromise, or can she put in the work to develop a relationship with any of these guys, because she could have.
Mm-hmm.
if she wanted to. She
Mm-hmm.
just didn't want to. It had to be on her terms. And anything that was not on her terms immediately, was a disqualifier.
I would agree. I would agree wholeheartedly. You ain't gonna hear no complaints, no rebuttals from me. And we have to backtrack and we have to talk about, oh, so we could just say, she said, you're not my person. She left. And he said, you've been my person from the beginning. Now at the end. So, really, what am I doing here left? I'm going to go on and go too. You could really see the disappointment then on his face. Like, sir, when she was talking to you and didn't want to visit with the family, you should have known then. And then she gave you that, oh, we don't meet people, it's a big deal, my family. Well, you know that we're not meeting your family, Sabrina, we're meeting his family. So the same rules don't apply. That applies for your family. And that's what you could have said this week, is that I ain't got nobody for you to meet. Like, cause we don't do that. So you ain't like him, you ain't want him. But I need to backtrack because I missed the whole very key. Everybody else didn't mean nothing to me. I didn't care what they was doing. But Donovan and Sabrina, Donovan was tired of her shit. That's what I got out of it. When he said he needed to sit down, he did sit down. I'm gonna have to say he was rolling his eyes and making faces, like a kid. I'm gonna agree with her a little bit there, but not to the extent where she went to it at the end. But he was sick of her shit. He was rolling his eyes so that we would know that he was sick of her shit. Being real expressive in his face. Because he said, I was surprised about you, talking about I wasn't ready to love. We talked about this. Like, everybody is saying we talked about this, which means if we talked about it, you weren't listening, and you're unwavering. You can't hear anyone else's point of view, which again to me says you're not really ready for this type of companionship, this ready to love, move forward kind of companionship. You just need to have casual dating right now, and maybe some casual sex if that's what if you trying to get an itch scratched, because I don't think you're ready. Nonetheless, I was glad that he told her about himself, that he flipped the script, that he told her, that what was it, that she wasn't giving what she wanted giving to her, right? She was not consistent, she was not honest, she was not, what was it, loyal? But whatever the three words that he used, it was the same things that she had been saying about the people that she had been dating. And I was really happy to see him express himself. And then on top of that, really sad though that she would take jabs at him. But I'm gonna let you start with that part first, and then if you want to insert all the other stuff, then I'll just come back behind you.
Yeah, he was definitely done. Yeah, I'm getting tired of your shit. You don't ever buy me nothing. Doom, 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 doom. You better call Tyrone.
Better call Tyrone. Call
Yeah,
it. Yeah, and it's her to call.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I think that he really did he did a good job of confronting the issue with her.
Okay.
And the way that the conversation went really gives us some insight into how she would be as a partner, who she would be as a partner. An issue is on the table. You don't like the conversation surrounding the issue, and so you go ad hominem, and you interject things that have nothing really to do with the issue at hand, just so that you can win. There's and in her commentaries, her side interviews and
Yeah.
confessionals, you
Yeah.
know, she was talking about his dirty ass nails. He's such a big baby. Um, all of these things that's sign language, you know, that she using shaming tactics. She's insulting him, you know. I didn't see too much on the guilt part, but the need to be right, those things were very, very present in her conversation with him and her commentary about the conversation with him.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy, and that's not acceptable. And I think that it's good that Donovan saw that, called that out, and didn't let her wiggle her way out of it. He held her feet to the fire, even back at the brunch when he called her out on her stuff, and she tried to deflect and say that's not, that's not true. You know, um, what, however it was that she said, um, you know, who's going to be the next to go? It could be you.
It could be, yeah, all that
Her
devil,
her
the devil
banter,
in
yeah,
disguise and stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
he's talked about.
The thing that she called banter, I don't buy that in the least. And so, he called her out on it as well as he should have. Um, the only thing that I would have wanted to see more from him in that conversation with her is for him to sit up straight, back straight, head high, looking her
Body
dead
language.
in her eye
Body
so that
language.
she could feel his presence. Because even in that one-on-one conversation, she still attempted to take a dominant role, a dominant posture, and try to drive the conversation, um, the way that she wanted it to go. And so if you're going to confront someone, then say it with your chest.
Yeah, agreed. I know body language is so important in having these conversations, even conversations about how I feel about you, when I like you, when I want to continue, when I want to choose you. Um, Body language is important. Being present, looking at you, sitting up direct, all of those things. And she definitely has no problem with bringing that presence to let you know that I'm superior to you, especially if you're hunched over or you're not giving eye contact. It gives the
Mm-hmm.
you now know that you can bow down. Now you know who is has the upper hand versus we're on equal playing field and this is a conversation that we're having together. Um it was something that you said and now it's gone. So if it comes back, I'm gonna welcome it. Want to welcome it, but it's gone. It was about Sabrina, of course, because that's who we're talking about. That lady, nobody seems to have liked that lady. Nobody seems to have. She left a bad taste in lots of people's mouths, minus Dakia. Dakia was the homegirl because she had the same corporate persona that Sabrina has, but for the most part, I think she left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Um,
Oh, I'm gonna say, I do want to say one thing about Sabrina, going
Absolutely.
back to when she self-eliminated, and it seemed it felt very disingenuous. Her attempts at altruism.
Hmm.
That in order for you to get what you want and to really find love, I need to eliminate myself. I need to remove myself. I'm getting in your way. Um, when really she was getting in her own way, and he didn't want her to get out of his way.
Yeah.
Um, so
He
yeah,
was inviting
it was
her
it
in.
was a false humility to me in that moment.
I mean, but she's been disingenuine the entire time. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if anybody was really listening to her, she's been disingenuine the whole time about what she wants, what her desires are. She was just on there on the TV because somebody found her in the mall, child. I don't know that to be true, but that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It feels like she was walking in the mall and they said, "Do you want to be on Ready to Love?" And she said, "Yeah." Are you single? Are you, And she said, "Yeah." Come to the auditions, and she did, and she was chosen, probably because she is the villain, one of them at least in this season's episode. Um, you got anything last you want to say about that?
Nah.
Okay,
We can go on.
we can go on.
She
She's
is where she needs to be,
yes, gone.
relegated to the past.
I am excited though to see the reunion shows. And so while we're right here, this week and the following weeks to come for the reunion episodes, I believe there will be a part 1 and 2 because that's how they roll. Everyone is welcome on the live. Prepare yourself, especially if you're not coming today. I'm expecting you in the next couple weeks, okay?
I'm ready to
Dimsy.
call some of y'all out.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Uh-oh.
I'm ready to personally call out and invite people to the stage.
I didn't already hollered at Dimsy, like, what's up? Like, where you at? Like, go ahead and find a quiet space. I also just want to say one thing. A couple of you have just been made moderators because I frequently see you, just so that you can help me manage the chat, because the last time I was here and was disrespected the way I was, it was very uncomfortable for me. So you probably won't see the private chat. Hell, I don't even see my private chat. Oh, there it is. Just in case, something comes up, hit that button and be like, block. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You'll be ready, Rosemary? Good. I'm expecting to see you next Wednesday then. That's it. I didn't call you out.
Rosemary.
Okay. Dimsy, you might even put on the little lashes. Okay, because I don't, as great as Wendell is, and as much as I enjoy talking to him, I think it's unfair that he monopolizes all the time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You are always welcome, Wendell. Always, always, always. That's just so that other people would know that they can join us in on the conversation. I'm gonna just drop the link. I'm gonna just drop the link one more time in case you decide you want to join me. Okay, so let's talk about these decisions and choosing. First off, when we start off, it's the brunch. The kid's back to her scantily dressed self. Now, I like the dress, okay? I like the dress. I liked it. I mean, but it's brunch.
You said Jakia, or are you talking about Carmen?
Oh, I'm talking about Carmen. I get the two of them all the time. I always say Carmen when I mean Jakia, and Jakia when I mean Carmen. But probably, y'all just figure out which one I'm talking about. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. Yes, we like the male perspective. We like hearing Wendell's perspective. He is going to be here with us on Wednesday and the following Wednesday, but so are you. So are you. Don't be intimidated. He's cool as a cucumber. Just
come on in the room, y'all. Come
on in the room.
I
enjoy hearing the male perspective, and one that is continuously evolving, like it sounds like Wendell is. So I'm with you on that. But so Tommy walks up in there, all the couples in there having a little brunch or whatever, and he tells them, "I'm like, this is the 11th hour. This is the decision episode. What are we talking to their families for? What are we doing? Why are we?" That's how I felt. I felt like, what is this extra step? We could have just did all the families last episode because they really wasn't talking about a whole lot of stuff. Like, you could have showed us Sabrina and Demetrius this episode deciding that they was not going to go further. Like, did a continuance. Like, I don't understand it. Like, for me, I did enjoy, though, a couple of it. I did enjoy it, though. I enjoyed, first, let's talk about Carmen. Carmen, her dad, and her mother meet Donovan. And I enjoyed that immensely. I mean, when I say immensely, it felt real. It felt how
Daddy grilled him up.
Yeah, it felt like how your mom and your daddy would be. Like that, the mama, when you have both parents in the home. Because if it's just the mama, she got to do dual, you handsome, and what you doing with my baby. But if it's the mother and the father being able to see that dynamic, because mom smitten, with his smile, you have, a very, I don't know what the word was, can't remember, but you have a very nice smile, which he does. And, the flowers was 100 points, like, so that's what moms kind of do. And then dad did what he came to do. Dad did what he came to do, and he asked the questions that we be wanting people to ask. Can I discipline your children? Can she discipline your children? You cheated on your wife? What makes me think you're not going to cheat on my baby? Like, and I feel like Donovan didn't really, he didn't come with the answers for me. Like the whole, you cheated on your wife. How do I know you're not going to cheat on my baby? The whole, it's between me and Carmen didn't satisfy my soul. Okay. It didn't. Even though it is between you and Carmen, you're being asked a direct question by someone who loves their child. For me, it would have looked better to sound like I've worked on myself. There was some issues. I am accountable for my behavior. And as long as we have, open dialogue and we can work through these things, I think, this won't be an issue for me. But I did like him saying, I'm not, if I feel like I'm going to cheat, I'm going to just go about my business. I did appreciate that, because that would be a plus if you're in a one-on-one relationship. Please and thank you. Bye bye. You know what I mean? If you know you want to, I'm not giving you everything and you don't, that's a whole nother topic. My whole mind went somewhere. But if I'm not supplying your needs, you should definitely let me know and move yourself on. Don't cause me additional heartache and hold on to me. I'm gonna keep rambling if you don't start talking.
Well,
Wendell, go right ahead.
I want you
You ready?
to definitely get
No,
your
it's
thoughts
okay.
out.
Listen, it's
But
okay. I don't have to get my thoughts out. This is my channel.
well, a meet the parents situation is an opportunity and a setup for two things: to impress one and convince the other. You come in when you're meeting someone's, a man is meeting someone's mother, you need to make a good impression on the mother. She needs to feel you. The father is coming from a protective perspective, typically, and he needs to be convinced that you are worthy. And so it would behoove, a man coming into that situation to be prepared to do both. I think that with the bouquet of flowers, and the disarming smile and his charm and his charisma, he was over prepared to make a good impression.
Yeah.
He was underprepared woefully to do some convincing, which is why her father, just he was unrelenting in his questioning and his posturing and in his his disposition towards Donovan. How do I know you're not going to do that? His follow-up questions, he drilled down. When Donovan stated that he stepped out on his previous wife, that was, you are now introducing information that is going to invite further scrutiny. So you need to be prepared to go into that with a degree of humility and sincerity that would convey that you did indeed gain some knowledge about yourself, as a result of that, and to give some reassurance to this woman's father that you are indeed different now than you were then, because that was a part of Carmen's dad's issue. You cheated before. How do I know that you're not going to do it now? And his what the follow-up question was, well, I'm sure that you made a commitment to your previous wife when you said I do. You're not even, you're nowhere close to that point with my daughter now, so how do I know that you are different? And I will agree with you. His response to that was left much to be desired. He was more convincing in his confessional, his interview with to us, statements to us, than he was with statements to her father.
I would agree.
Which is why I think that the jury is still out, and why Dad was throwing him all that shade.
Yeah.
High five and then slick back on the
Yeah, just fight. And then finding out, that she's a PK. Mama's a preacher. Mama showed up too as a preacher. What is your relationship with God like? Oh, I'm Catholic. That ain't what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. And he came back with, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious or whatever. But she was like, no, I want to know, is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior? Do you believe he died on the cross? Pretty much is what her response was as a mom and a preacher. Like, I was here for it. Like, the pressure was on, because he didn't know how to respond to that. Like, he said, I'm spiritual, which was cool. And she was satisfied with it because she was already smitten with his energy and his smile and the flowers.
Yeah, if she did not like him, she would have drilled down on that and bit his head off. I don't know what denomination was, but
Yeah, because he probably would have been like, what? Jesus Christ. Like he probably would, he's still over there. Y'all, this is how I be when I be recording. It'd be stuff I be wanting to say, but I'd be like, I can't say it because I'm gonna offend somebody. So let me shut my ass up. So yeah, I mean, she seemed to be happy with the way her dad, questioned him. There was no doubt about it. I mean, honestly, I'd be happy when someone asks tough questions that honestly I should be asking already. But watching how you respond is important for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talked about his posturing with Sabrina, and his posturing now shows me maybe you don't have enough confidence to be with a woman like Carmen. Carmen exudes confidence. Yes, she is very sexual. And being a PK kid, Jada made that point that I think it was Jada, but maybe it was one of y'all's comments. I'm not sure, but it was being a PK's kid. Anybody who know a PK, y'all know they hoes, they for the street. Y'all know they be trying to get out and do everything. Y'all act like y'all don't know if you want to, but like I know, they be sneaking and doing all kind of stuff with everybody, all in the church and everything. Not to say that that's what Carmen has done, but because she's so overtly sexual, it is her now the suppressed part of that of who she is probably on display. But I feel like all of that just to come back to say she's probably too much for him because his posture does not give enough confidence to be able to stand in the space with her, right?
Yeah,
um,
she's definitely going to she's going to test him, and as I had mentioned on another live, she's intrigued by him, but I don't think that she's going to crown him until he actually is in a situation where he has to earn and demand her respect.
mhm.
She likes him, and I think that he will serve a purpose for her um, until he levels up in his his posturing, his presentation, um, to be able to take that alpha position. She's going to alpha him. I
Yeah,
think he's going to, and he's going to go along with it because
she's
he's kind
going
of along
to.
for the ride, and she looks good and all that other stuff.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna lead. Hopefully though, well, what we see with him with Sabrina, he does have a voice and he will express himself, but she's definitely gonna lead. And we're gonna move right along and we're gonna talk about who was next, which was Clifton and Joy, and Clifton meeting her sister Tia. And honey, Tia was smitten from the moment he honey. Tia was like, okay, you fine. She didn't say it like that, but that's what she meant when she said
Mm-hmm.
you're very attractive. You fine.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been what I said.
Yes.
Okay,
She's like,
okay.
you're gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what she said. We in. Like, which I feel like is a huge compliment for men. How many men hear that you're gorgeous? Have you ever heard you're gorgeous by a woman?
I have not.
Yeah. That's like a huge compliment. And I don't really, if you my color, I ain't really in, call me a colorist if you want to. But I don't like you if you as light as me. I don't care what y'all say. Okay. I don't like that. And I'm a little shallow and y'all know I don't like his teeth. But like I said in my video, when I met my husband, he had a whole ass missing front tooth. So I'm not too shallow, but I fixed it. So listen, I got some shallow stuff, but there's some things that I can look over. Cosmetic stuff can be fixed. All of that to come back to the interaction. It wasn't really much being said at the table. One of the things talked about was her OCD. Can you handle her OCD? Um, and then, that's a shared experience, but more importantly, her being gone for, 6 months at a time and the distance and how it would affect them. Distance in a relationship is hard. And you have to figure out ways to work around that and know yourself. Um, Some people are like, he gonna cheat. Some people like, after a little while, it's gonna be too much on him. That he is not gonna be able to be in this one-to-one relationship. And
Absence makes the heart grow fonder or forgetful,
or
depending
forgetful.
or pretend, depending on how strong the connection is,
The
depending on
connection.
how high you are when you separate.
So right now they're very high and
They're very high.
very high. So hopefully, they can work through all of that. But what I think bothered me, because yeah, they talked about how you looked at me to the side. What bothered me was when she asked him a question. What do you want out of this relationship? I can't remember, but he said togetherness.
Togetherness.
And she said, "What does togetherness look like to you?" And he just sat next to her. And for me, that means, and it's first off, I didn't like your answer. You needed to expound, because togetherness is more than just you sitting next to me. But if that's how you define it, then you're gonna have a problem in that 6 months, because you won't be sitting next to them. You will not be together physically. So what does togetherness look like for you? So I was very disappointed in his answer. Joy didn't care. Joy was like, it's cool, it's whatever, and I asked on my live, I mean, not on my live, but on my review, what does togetherness look like for you? Like, and I'm asking all of you, let me know, in case you haven't checked out my review, what togetherness looks like for you. I was also extremely moved, with tears in the back of my eyes, when the sister talked about, what are you scared of? And she said, it's real. It's not that I'm scared of it, but it's real. My eyes got a little teary-eyed in the back, because that's the whole thing. Like, they love each other on whatever scale that they love each other on. They love each other. It's genuine. You can see it. Or they're in deep like and about to cross that path. If they haven't had sex already, the moment that they have sex and join together and their spirits connect in that manner, they will be saying, I love you. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if next week, if we don't start hearing them say, I love you, But I was extremely moved, because I can relate, like, really caring for someone. And it can be scary. It can be scary deciding, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to commit to this. Not knowing it's the unknown. It's also my experiences. Is this going to end up in one of those things? And I commend her for just saying, I'm afraid this is real, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck it. And I'm gonna give my all. And if it don't work out, it ain't on me. Y'all know that I gave everything that I could. It would not be on me. So I commend her for that. I really like Joy. I'm done. It's your turn. Go ahead, Wendell. It's your turn.
Yeah. The togetherness thing. It's an opportunity for for him. Okay, I think what was actually the undercurrent to that entire line of questioning is, how real is this for you? And I'm giving you an opportunity to profess. And the profession of I want togetherness it's still ambiguous.
Yeah.
It's a very amorphous statement.
In your words, did y'all need a dictionary? Did you want me to go define amorphous? Like, did y'all need some help? Y'all let me know, because he be throwing them words at us. I mean, but we know we got context clues. If you don't know, you got your context clues. I'm sorry, Wendell. I had to just make a little.
Right. You be messing with me, but I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, the opportunity to make a definitive declaration about the vision that he has for their relationship, in full knowledge of the impending difficulty that's going to come as a result of the distance.
Yes.
And to say togetherness, and to just scooch next to her and hold her and everything, he may have been saying, I want it to be her and I.
But he should
Um,
have said that.
but he should have said that.
Yeah.
It would have definitely hit harder if he would have articulated that. He does have a both of them have a very goofy and playful side. That is something that is a hallmark of the foundation of their relationship and their dynamic. However, when the gravity of separation comes, that's not something that you can joke away and think that the humor and the levity that you try to bring to to that is going to be sufficient. Um, yeah, physical touch. Absolutely. He needs that. That's one of the biggest things for him, and he has professed and he has admitted that not being able to reach out and touch her is going to be a problem for him. I mean, hell, after the very first mixer at the beginning of the season, we see him scooping her up, pulling her to the side, giving her hugs, telling her, sit your ass down next to me and finish talking to me, and I mean, all of these things to get close to her. His physical closeness and physical attachment and connection to her is reflective of his emotional attachment and closeness to her. And
So to Mona's point, if physical touch is his love language, then it seems he was clear in his answer. So for me, that poses a problem. If that is the case, that means I need to be with you. Hopefully, they're working through it. Jessica says that they're working through that. As you know, I can't determine what her love language is, but I think um, when I decide to come back and I'm doing these relational things, that'll be one of the things we try and do. We try and guess their love languages. I cannot. I think hers is quality. It might be quality time or
quality
active.
time.
Yeah.
Quality
When I
time.
think about it more. So, and honestly, quality time and physical touch can go together because I'm with you and you get to touch me. But so it might be an issue for both of them. Quality time is a hard one. People don't think it is, but take it from me. It's my primary. It is. Um, you got anything else you want to say about them in this instance? In this,
No, not really. I think that
but
that
you know
as
what?
he
Let's keep going to their little next part at the dinner when she says she needs to
okay.
have a conversation about the 6 month Puerto Vallarta stint and how that's going to affect him. Um, I don't really got much to say except for she can't wait till the sex for the send off. Like that's all I really, and that she was very emotional and he felt like he was reassuring her. But to me, it was like I just want to solidify that we in this together. I don't want to show up and you tell me no, even though we know you're not gonna say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just
Ain't no saying no.
ain't no saying no, especially after I can't wait for the sex. Okay, yes,
Hmm.
girl, because you like I'm gonna give it to you, baby, so that you be ready for when the next time you see me in within that 6 months, because there's no way they're gonna stay away from each other. I mean, he got a Range Rover. She probably got a whole bunch of miles. They got to figure it out. His Range Rover, but maybe that's where all his money at. I don't know, but I'm just gonna assume that he is financially set and he will be able to visit with her.
He
They will
gonna
figure
he gonna be making some
He's
trips.
gonna make some trip exactly, and they be a week at a time or whatever.
Hmm.
But
He they gonna go through the fire. That Shaka Khan song come to my mind. When
you
this
gonna
is
sing?
good, there's no saying no.
You singing or no? Okay.
No,
Um,
I'm not going to sing it. No.
that's my thing. Okay. I know singing ass be singing. I just be hoping that other people want to join in and sing with me. You say the
if you
word.
if you belt out a little bit,
Oh,
I'll harmonize with you.
it's okay. It's okay because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not belting. If you anybody who watches knows goddamn well I'm not belting nothing out. It sounds like the scratch board, the chalk on the nails on the chalkboard. But I be singing anyway because it brings me joy. Um, Let me see that caught Clifton off guard, but it was so hilarious. All their puns. Yeah, they're actually, they actually meld really together. I mean, really well together.
Their
They seem
chemistry is
like
undeniable.
yeah. you see it off the screen. And I was saying in my review, I keep saying about my review, but I really want y'all to go watch my review. But nonetheless, all the other
Mhm.
connections that we have seen previously,
They pale in
in
comparison to
comparison,
this one.
they are all just fictitious and fake, as Dakia would have said. But let's
Yeah,
talk about
for sure.
Dakia and Paul sitting with her mom and her brother. And I just said, porque. Like, you've been saying that this, I need to see it's too soon. He low key been like saying it, but he's saying he's interested. But he also knows that it's too soon. Um, porque. Like, you know, I will say I'm gonna say it again. I say it in my review, but y'all watch it anyway. Play it while you sleeping, okay? Let my voice lull you to sleep or something. I don't know. But I don't be in my like low sexy voice, so that might not work for y'all. Anyway, so I'll be this. I'll be this.
You could probably do it, take it down a little bit.
I could. I can definitely take it down a little bit. So so shit, Wendell. You threw me off. So Dakia, we talk about she looks old. When you look at her mother, you think, oh, her mother looks young, but Dakia looks like her mother. And for me, what I know about people who look older when they're younger, as they get older, they look younger because their facial features and things do not change. They kind of just stay the same. They may get a few lines, but they'll always look like so when she's 50, she'll still look the same, right? And we'll be saying she looks young for 60. I don't know. That's been my experience. Did y'all know Paul had twins? I don't remember that ever being said. I knew he had children, but I didn't know he had twins. I think I
Mhm.
knew they were older, but I didn't know they were as old as Zakia's little brother. Um,
Right, right.
right, and so that kind of gave me pause. Like, I thought, Paul, you should really be dating her mother. You were talking about how beautiful her mother was. That might be sweet if the mama not married. You might need to holler at the kid and say, hook me up with your mama. Because that might be more like I know.
You ain't
Um,
no good.
I ain't no good. They asked him about wanting children. Paul don't want no kids. He like 70.
Ask
Then,
him about his credit.
he talked about, yeah, he bragged about I'm in the 800s. I was like, okay, Paul, like that's what's up. Now all the ladies is gonna be after Paul because Paul is showing different sides of him. Um, and then though the thing that got me was the brother was like, "You're old."
Yes, in true millennial fashion, you old.
You old.
What you want with my sister with your old
What you
ass?
with your old ass? What you want with my sister with your old ass? Like, um, yeah. I thought that was a whole waste of it. Like, it was a waste of a scene. It was
Yeah,
nice to see her family, but it was a
it
waste
was
of a
it
scene.
was obligatory.
Yeah.
They're doing it because of the show, solely because of the show. Um, and it really sucks because I've learned. I mean, I've observed. I have a much different feel about Paul than I did at the beginning of the show. I do sense some sincerity with him as far as his desire to make a meaningful connection, and I do see that he's being realistic about the journey with Dakia based on the time that they have left. Um, and again, you know, if he would have removed himself before now and pursued her off camera outside of the journey, I would I would have respected it a whole lot more because now it just feels for showy.
I
Everything
don't
just feels
know.
for show.
I don't know. I think that he's in the right space right now. going, staying on the show, showing that he's interested. And since we're going to talk about it, we could just move right into the decisions. Showing that he's interested and courting her, even if it is just for the show. Maybe after they continue and they figure out that, I think that he likes her. I think he likes, let me not say her, but likes the thought of her.
He
Right?
likes the idea of her.
The idea of her, which is fine. People normally like the idea of me, and then they realize, okay, they still like me. Cracking me up. Thank you for laughing with me, Wendell. I'm gonna just put the thing in the chat, the link in the chat one more time in case somebody wants to come on for this last little bit. But I think
push the button.
Push the button. We expecting y'all next week, though. You see, I said we because he's gonna be here next week. If I can count on anything, I think Wendell will be joining me yet again next week, and hopefully Dimsy and Rosemary. Okay, have a good night. Will also join me and somebody else. Maybe we can get a couple other people on here. Maybe we can get Mona on here. I tried to get my homegirl Shayna to come on and talk about
Come on, Mona, push the button.
She ain't Gail because I don't never see her in the chat. I don't never see nothing. I'm talking about she anyway. I'm a person off this phone. Talk about, well, what happened to you? Anyway, so I feel like he didn't if he had removed himself, it would have removed Akia, and then it would have been I guess he could have worked it. There could have been a way that he worded it like, I really like you and I want to continue this, but also I can continue it here. You know what I mean? Like, so there
it's both of them reached a point in this process, in this journey, where it was painfully clear to them that they had no other connections. And so being together out of circumstance is, that's,
they're not together. They're just dating.
But I'm saying that, but still, who else they gonna date on the show?
I understand.
They ain't gonna date nobody else in the show. So they are circumstantially together on a show, knowing that at this point in time.
But he has genuine interest in her, so he's dating her. It's like, I want to get to know you, so I'm dating you. And yes, we're the last two people here, but I'm dating you because I have genuine interest in you. And I enjoy. Yeah.
So if it's genuine, then why subject it to the pretentiousness of the show when it is the expectation is that you're going to be at a level that you're not?
But why not? No, now I don't think the expectation was that they're going to be at a level that we all saw that they wouldn't be.
I mean, the progression of the show. The show is formatted in such a way that each week the things, the tasks that they're supposed to do are it's a relationship escalator.
Of course.
And they're on step 13 on the escalator, and when they should be on step 1.
I get it. I understand that. But if I'm going to date you, I might as well date you now and get paid. I might as well just do these obligatory things and date you now. Like, I don't really see the benefit of saying I'm going to take myself off because I genuinely like you. I'm going to just genuinely like you here, and I'm going to genuinely date you here. And like he said, both of them for that matter, I'm going to choose me because we are new. This is new. Neither one of them said that. I don't remember hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't hear him even saying he was going to pursue her after. I just heard that we're new. It's too new for us to really, grasp on anything. And so I choose me. Now, listen, I hope all these people are choosing them before they choose somebody else. I hope everybody is saying I choose me first out of self-love. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes people, I've been a people, so I'm not downing these people, but sometimes people choose the other person in hopes that they'll make them better, or in hopes that they'll complete them, or in hopes of whatever fictitious thing that people do, right? I'm a Virgo, and so people say Virgos pick up projects. I don't like no projects. I ain't getting no grade and you ain't paying me. So I don't want no projects. I want you to come
Hmm.
already assembled,
I'm
please
good.
and thank
I'm
you. Could
good.
you have your
Yes,
batteries included as well? Because I don't want to have to do none of that. My
that's
last
right.
project was my husband, and you see how that turned out for me. But
Hmm.
y'all see I'm not matching. I got on y'all don't know what I
Nope.
got on at the bottom.
I want my relationships no assembly required.
If I wore this little sundress, we would have been matching. I'm so glad I
See,
didn't. I'm glad I didn't.
over
People
here
are
messing with me. See,
playing that. Yeah, we playing that. Put on the, I
let's
put
give
on
them something to talk about.
So I really, one thing that I do want to say about the way it's set up for the like I choose you, I wish that each person could say whatever it is that they want to say before they say I choose you or I don't choose you. I want to hear what you say before you say I choose myself. What you think? I think you said a little bit, but come on, tell me about the I choose me's.
Yeah. The are we going to be together or are we not? Those are the only two choices that are being presented, but those are not the only choices that are
That you
available.
have. Yeah.
So, um, you know, choosing yourself is a choice.
It's a,
It's always an option. There's not a guarantee that just because you make it to the end that you will have found love or that you're ready for the committed relationship or however it is. But um, I think that realization that should be normalized and uh, made a part of the decision because it's an option, in the decision. Um, I would like to hear them give their rationalizations before their decisions.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that would not only would it make for better TV, but I think would make for better communication between them. Like
And would
I
teach other
choose,
people how to
yeah,
communicate. People don't
yeah,
know how to, they don't know how to communicate with one another. I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
people. So when I say people, sometimes I mean I've been people. So don't think I'm judging nobody because I have been people.
I
Um
am still people. I am everyday people. Ah, see, there goes your note.
that was my one. Am
Yes.
everyday people. Yeah. That's that. I like that. Um, let's talk about Dakia and Dakia. Carmen and Donovan. See, it's a real thing. Let's talk about Carmen and Donovan. I feel like that was just superficial. Like there, I choose you is superficial. Like I don't even remember
Mhm.
what he said, but I know what she said was, "You're sexy. I like your smile. You make me laugh." Yeah.
I got these tickets.
I
I
got these
got this
tickets.
gift for you, but I ain't gonna give it to you until after you make your decision.
And I was like, what was on them pieces of paper? Was that just printer paper folded up and trees? What was that? Was that real? Was those real tickets? That was his real passport, but were they real tickets? I don't know. We're gonna find out though, because Carmen Show in the hell gonna tell us. Okay,
Oh yeah,
that's
she
what
gonna
we're gonna do.
that's right. She gonna tell it with her blue eyes in.
Whatever. I don't think she wore them on. Look, I've been trying to think. I'm hoping she don't wear them. I'm hoping she don't wear them. Maybe she'll get some brown ones, some hazel ones, or something. They'd be better than them cobalt blue things that she be wearing. I can't stand it. And she didn't have them on though when she walked in. And when I think about when she walked in, I think about the attire of everybody. Everybody just wore stuff that they normally wore. I would have preferred to see Carmen in her sexy clothes instead of that fashion overdress that's too big. And how do I know it's a fashion overdress? It's because I've been coveting it. It's on Fashion Over. Maybe that's not where she got it from, but I have seen it on there and I have been coveting it for myself. It was too big, the one she had. I wish she would have just pulled something else different out of her closet. Um, Everybody looks regular. They look like and I guess I've gotten spoiled with every season and everybody in their formal attire walking up to meet one another. So I've gotten spoiled with that. But hopefully they be all in their formal attire, their after five attire on the reunion show. It looks like they are because I enjoy that. We don't get to see Black people specifically, dressed up often enough for me. For me. So you got something you want to say about Takia and damn Carmen and Donovan?
Woo, Carmen and Donovan. No, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say about them. I mean, it's seemingly a union of convenience, for me, and they have, they have some chemistry.
Yeah, they was hunching.
Yeah, yeah, hunching in the bed.
They was hunching in the bed. They was hunching. They got something
um,
going on.
yeah, there's something there. Um, I hope that it is substantive,
Right.
and
I would agree.
because it seems as it has a very superficial feel to me. Like,
Oh, he didn't muted himself. Something didn't happen.
hold on, where did I go?
There you go.
There you
I
go.
see you. We see you.
Yeah, somebody called in, was calling me.
Oh,
I'm like, hey, I'm
what you doing?
otherwise occupied. So, but yeah, um, I hope that the roots of their relationship find some depth of earth.
I would
I have
agree.
a,
I hope so too.
I have a feeling, however, that it'll be scorched in the noonday sun, and I hope that doesn't happen.
Well, we're gonna see. I don't listen. Give me some drama. At least give me give me some drama on the or something juicy. Let's not say drama. Give me something juicy on the reunion to make me feel like I've watched this whole season for a purpose. Like, give me some stuff that we didn't see. Because right now it's just the same thing. And who said that? Imari? I agree. They need a life coach. They could use me, specifically for the women. They could use me. Okay. Y'all write in to Own and Will Packer and let them know that they should reach out to Talisa Ray. I can give them my recommendations. I can give them my portfolio. Like, tell them. Okay. They could audition me, whole nine. Okay. They could even do a little season test. Okay. Listen. Um,
I
and
see
then
you, FAMU chick. Let's reach out to our FAMU brother Will Packer and see if we can get Talisa on here. Let's work that
But
rattler
I don't
thing.
think that I don't yeah, FAMU. Yeah, I don't know if I don't yeah. Anyway. Uh
It's a rattler thing, baby.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it. Don't worry about
It's
it.
so the last couple, of course, is Joy and Clifton.
Mm-hmm.
Um it's how I expected it to turn out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was cute, the little prop he used. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the hell we could talk about. He did use the word love, so I can't remember
Mm-hmm.
how he used it, so that's good.
Yep.
Yeah,
She definitely caught that. She
she's
definitely
like,
caught
you
that.
said love, you said love, like like a kid. You said love. They definitely got
Mhm.
new relationship energy
Oh
happening.
yeah, they deep in it. They are so high right now. They are so high.
Yeah, yeah,
They
they super.
all with the booty rubs and the grabs and everything like that. She feeling that.
Yeah, yeah, him too.
She
Shit,
wanted to jump on him in that garden the way she jumped on him in the restaurant.
in the restaurant, the way she jumped on him at the party at the pool party.
Mhm.
Someone at the pool party, I don't have nothing else to say about nobody. Like, I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah,
Y'all need to show up.
I'm definitely anticipating the reunion. I have a feeling that there's going to be, just from little preview snippets, yeah, there's going to be a lot more to talk about.
Yeah,
When everybody's back together.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm looking forward to that.
Now,
Definitely.
don't take offense to what I'm about to say. Okay. Um,
I, I am unoffendable. Go
okay.
ahead.
So, just housekeeping again. Next week, we want to see all of you, at least some of you, with us here. So Wendell is the gym dropper. He is so insightful, but he is not messy. And I need you guys to be messy.
I'm going to actually not join in until after you've got some other people
Okay.
on the
Okay.
line so that you can get the mess in, because I don't want to.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
don't
know
want
you
to.
don't want to be part of the messy, but it's ongoing. I go. You're gonna have to jump in when you jump in. I like. I want. You won't. You'll be able. You. Let me say it this way. You're going to give the insight on the messy. We're going to be talking about the messy. Like, so don't feel like you can't join sooner than later, because you'll have me sitting here by myself, because Dimsy will be talking about, oh yeah, no, I couldn't, the kids. And Rosemary will be talking about, oh yeah, I'm I'm at work and they're gonna do me dirty. Then I'll be by myself. But that's okay too. Because I'm if it's mess, I'm gonna talk about it, because
I'm sure you're gonna talk about the mess.
I don't have no mess and no drama like that in my life. I don't invite it. I do not like it. I do not like green eggs and ham.
Uh-huh.
Ham.
I,
So
I will talk about the mess with you.
okay.
I'll
Just
talk about the mess with you.
in case they leave me high and dry. Y'all not gonna leave me high and dry, are you, Dimsy?
Please don't do her like that.
Samuel, you
Who's
gonna
this
show up?
asking?
How about
Is
you? You gonna
Sabrina
come up?
pregnant?
Yeah, is she pregnant? Who's she pregnant by?
I don't know.
There ain't nobody on the show, because she ain't
Sure
like
enough,
them.
ain't nobody on the show.
You don't like them. Maybe she was pregnant the whole time, and that's why she was throwing all that shade like she was. Don't do that, Talisa. The kids on one right now. See, I know. And hopefully Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday, so we'll move it back up to the 4:30 hour because of Kingston and his activities, and me being trying to be a responsible, good parent and allowing him to have experiences that I wouldn't necessarily be able to provide. So
Do your mommy thing.
do your mommy thing. Do you got anything? Because that's it. We actually only did. We didn't even do the whole full hour and a half. You'll be right here in the chat. Come on, fam, you.
See, I'm gonna need you to push the button, fam, you chick. Come on and join me. Come on, come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you?
Oh, look, y'all hear that? He got a little tone. I'm not singing with you. I'm not singing with you, sir. Excuse me? I don't think so. I don't like that.
I'm just playing with it. I'm just playing with it.
I don't like that. And if your playing sounds halfway decent, I don't like that. You won't be catching me singing with you, sir. It's a no. It's a no. No. I'd have to have a drink and we'd have to all be at karaoke and I would be in the crowd singing loud.
Mm-hmm.
You would know it's my voice because it's a very distinct voice. But yeah, I ain't that's okay. I changed my mind. Don't sing with me. So
Where is J Dub?
Might be pregnant. Not sure. Ace and Tyrone from last season are still definitely together. Okay, well that's nice. He did like the Ace vibe, because what's her face was an Ace vibe. What was her name? The messy girl, the girl that went off. What's her name? The stuff with Phil. What was her name?
What's up with Phil?
Remember he picked her up.
Oh, Shiloh.
Shiloh. Thank you. Okay, so listen, it's J-Dub. He's been missing. He actually, if you watch his channel, he is in real estate school. So he has not been able to join us. I think he's been, I call it real estate school, but he's been getting his real estate license. Let me say that. I don't know how he's doing it. I can't say school. He just says he's been getting his license. So that's why we haven't seen him here, because he would be here on the screen with us, because I can count on window and it's Jada. That's it. Oh, okay. So we at the end. That's it. It's 5:54. It was perfect timing. I still got a few minutes. So we're going to do some more housekeeping. Have y'all checked out Wendell's TikTok? Did y'all follow him? Are y'all getting the deeper the berry, the darker the truth? The darker the berry, the deeper the truth. I said that backwards. Yeah. The darker the berry, the deeper the truth. Are y'all getting that? Are y'all following
Come
him
and
and making
come and check a
comments,
brother out. I'm
clicking the
working on
follow, clicking the follow button. Are y'all doing all of that? Leaving a little word, when you say something, giving him a little props or something, or agreeing or disagreeing.
I appreciate it. Y'all talk to me. Y'all say something to me.
Yeah, y'all see, I put it up there. It's up there. Go right now. I'm following, and I be when he come up in my screen, I be like heart, and then I say something.
You really do, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that the support.
Yes.
It means a great deal to me. I'm right there with you. I got you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I see you. You are joining me on Wednesday. So listen, fair exchange, no robbery. Fair exchange, no robbery. But I also heard on the streets that he getting ready to come up with a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yep.
That's what I heard.
I'm about to go ahead and launch it. I'm about to
They
do
talking.
to make it do what it do. So I'm gonna be coming to you, for the guidance as a Padawan to a master.
um, so when he does, y'all know I will announce it. He will likely be here, and I will announce it. Hi, Talisa and Wendell. It's very nice to finally catch up. Hi, Dr. Lovely. I didn't even see it. Hey, girl. Hey, I haven't seen you in forever. In the chat. I'm so glad that you were able to make it. She's an original ray of sunshine.
All right. Well, hello, Dr. Lovely.
Yeah, she's one
Dr. Lovely. It's wonderful to make your acquaintance.
So I think that's it. Y'all, before you get out of here, make sure you're liking the
like, share, and subscribe. Push the bell button for notifications.
Yeah, there we go. All of those good things that Wendell, because I show him like, what time is it? I'm over here like, oh, okay. So yeah, know that you can still pre-order your journal by the 30th. And like I said, next Wednesday, I should have the prototype for you all to see. Anybody who has pre-ordered already is going to receive free shipping as well as a gift. And your journals will be the first out, probably the second week of May. I think that's it. Know that I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.